Sailfish. Sailfish are the fastest fish in the ocean, capable of reaching speeds up to 68 miles per hour, comparable to the acceleration of a sports car. These apex predators use their elongated bills as weapons, heating them during strikes to slash through schools of fish. Their streamlined bodies reduce drag by 60% compared to similarly sized fish, allowing them to maintain high speeds during extended pursuits. What makes them even more impressive is their ability to change colors during hunts, flashing brilliant blues and silvers to confuse prey. Sailfish often work in coordinated groups, taking turns attacking schools of smaller fish while others wait. Their metallic blue-silver coloration and massive dorsal fin make them one of the most visually striking predators in the open ocean. Archerfish. Archerfish are small, surface-dwelling fish found in mangroves and estuaries, with a truly bizarre hunting method. They shoot jets of water from their mouths to knock insects off branches up to 2 meters away. The water travels at speeds reaching 100 kilometers per hour, and the fish automatically adjust for refraction, the bending of light as it enters water. This means they calculate where the insect actually is versus where it appears to be. Young archerfish start with poor accuracy but improve with age, eventually achieving success rates over 90% as adults. They can even hit moving targets by predicting trajectory and accounting for gravity. Their silvery bodies with black bands don't look particularly special, but their pursed lips form a natural water gun, making them one of the ocean's most precise hunters. Mantis shrimp. Mantis shrimp possess the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom, with 16 color receptors compared to R3. But their real claim to fame is their devastating punch. Their specialized club-like appendages accelerate at 23 meters per second, similar to the acceleration of a .22 caliber bullet. The strike happens so fast in water reaching 50 miles per hour that it creates cavitation bubbles. Electric eels aren't actually eels, but rather knifefish found in South American rivers. They're essentially living batteries containing approximately 6,000 specialized cells called electrocytes that can generate up to 860 volts of electricity. They use low voltage around 10 volts for navigation and echolocation in murky water, similar to how bats use sound. When hunting or defending themselves, they crank up the power to deliver high-voltage shocks, lasting about 2 milliseconds, enough to stun a horse. Their dark, gray-blue elongated bodies can discharge multiple times in succession without needing to recharge. In one of their most remarkable hunting strategies, electric eels have been observed leaping out of water to attack threats on land, maximizing electrical transfer. They can modulate their voltage precisely for different purposes, essentially choosing between stunning prey or just sensing their environment. Octopuses are the escape artists of the ocean, equipped with abilities that seem almost supernatural. They can change both color and texture in just 0.3 seconds to match any background perfectly. Despite being colorblind, according to some research, this paradox is still being studied by scientists trying to understand how they achieve such perfect camouflage without seeing colors. Their bodies contain approximately 500 million neurons, more than a dog butt. 2/3 of these neurons are distributed throughout their 8 arms, rather than centralized in their brain. This means each arm can essentially think and taste independently. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood, can solve complex puzzles, remember individual humans, and use tools. Perhaps most impressively, they can squeeze through any gap larger than their hard beak, the only rigid part of their body, turning their boneless form into liquid. Cuttlefish are masters of visual deception, capable of creating hypnotic moving patterns across their skin to mesmerize prey before striking. With approximately 10 million chromatophores per square inch, they can produce rapid-fire pattern changes, including zebra stripes, pulsing spots, or traveling waves across their body. What makes them truly bizarre is their ability to display completely different patterns on each side of their body, simultaneously essentially showing 2 different messages at once. Male cuttlefish exploit this by displaying male colors to rivals on one side, while showing female patterns on the other, to sneak past competition. Their W-shaped pupils provide nearly 360 vision, and they use camouflage for roughly 90% of their hunting time. The patterns pulse at various frequencies, and their iridescent flashes can appear and disappear in milliseconds. creating one of nature's most mesmerizing visual displays. The mimic octopus, discovered only in 1998 in Indo-Pacific waters, takes camouflage to an entirely different level by impersonating other species. It can mimic at least 15 different animals, including lionfish, sea snakes, flatfish, stingrays, and jellyfish, choosing its disguise based on what predator is nearby. Using its 8 arms, it can mimic multiple fins, tentacles, or body shapes. When threatened by a damselfish, it impersonates a banded sea snake by hiding its body and waving to arms with black and white stripes. To mimic a stingray, it flattens its entire body and undulates through the sand. For a lionfish impression, it spreads its arms radially and holds them rigid to look like venomous spines. The mimic octopus doesn't just change color, it completely transforms its body shape, movement pattern, and behavior to match its chosen disguise, making it nature's greatest method actor. Cone snails prove that you should never judge danger by appearance or speed. These slow-moving predatory snails possess one of the most toxic venoms on Earth, delivered through a modified tooth that fires like a harpoon. The geography cone snail alone has killed over 30 humans, and victims can die within minutes as the venom rapidly paralyzes the nervous system. What makes them particularly dangerous is their beautiful patterned shells that tempt people to pick them up. Box jellyfish are responsible for more deaths than sharks, making them the ocean's most venomous animal. Their near-transparent bodies make them almost invisible, which is terrifying considering they have up to 15 tentacles that can extend 3 meters long. Each tentacle contains approximately 5,000 stinging cells. The venom can kill an adult human in 2 to 5 minutes, and survivors often experience permanent scarring. The blue-ringed octopus is no bigger than a golf ball, but carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans. Its venom contains tetrodotoxin, which is approximately 1,000 times more toxic than cyanide, and there is no antivenom. The truly horrifying part is that victims remain fully conscious while completely paralyzed, unable to move or breathe. The octopus only displays its bright blue warning rings when agitated. Anglerfish take sexual dimorphism to an extreme. Females can grow up to 1 meter long, while males remain tiny at approximately 2.5 centimeters. When a male finds a female, he bites her and permanently fuses their tissues together, becoming a parasitic sperm factory. A single female can have 8 or more males fused to her body at once. The female uses a bioluminescent lure that extends from her head, waving it back and forth to attract prey in the absolute darkness of the deep ocean. Have you ever wondered what strange and incredible creatures lurk in the deepest, darkest corners of our planet? Today, we're re-diving into the abyss to meet 4 of the most bizarre and resilient animals you'll ever encounter. These aren't monsters from a sci-fi movie. They're real, and they're living right here on Earth. First up, let's talk about the vampire squid. Its scientific name is Vampiroteuthis infernalis, which literally means vampire squid from hell. But don't let the name fool you. This creature isn't a bloodsucker. It lives in the deep ocean's oxygen minimum zone where most life can't survive. Instead of ink, it shoots a sticky, bioluminescent mucus cloud to dazzle and confuse predators. Its most famous feature is a dark, fleshy cloak connecting its 8 arms, which it can flip inside out to protect itself, revealing spiky-looking projections called cirri. It's a master of defense, using light and illusion to survive in a world of complete darkness. Next, meet the immortal jellyfish, Torotopsis dohrnii. This tiny creature has cracked the code to eternal life. How, when it gets old, sick, or faces danger, it can revert back to its earliest stage of life, a polyp, essentially hitting the reset button on its life cycle. Imagine being able to turn back into a baby and start all over again. This process is called transdifferentiation, where its adult cells transform into a younger state. Barring being eaten by a predator, this jellyfish could theoretically live forever, endlessly cycling between its adult and juvenile forms. It's a true biological marvel that challenges our very understanding of aging. Now, let's venture even deeper to find the goblin shark. This is the stuff of nightmares and one of the strangest sharks in the sea. It's often called a living fossil because it's the only surviving member of a family of sharks that dates back 125 million years. What makes it so unique is its incredible jaw. When it detects prey, its entire jaw catapults forward from its head. Almost like in the movie Alien, to snatch its meal with needle-like teeth. This lightning-fast ambush mechanism, called slingshot feeding, allows it to catch agile fish and squid in the pitch-black depths. With its long, flat snout and pinkish-gray skin, the goblin shark is a truly prehistoric predator thriving in the modern ocean. Finally, we have the undisputed champion of survival, the tardigrade, also known as the water bearer or moss piglet. This microscopic invertebrate is virtually indestructible. You can boil it, freeze it, crush it under immense pressure, and even expose it to the vacuum and radiation of outer space, and it will just bounce back. Tardigrades enter a state of suspended animation called cryptobiosis, where they shut down their metabolism almost completely. They can dehydrate themselves, losing over 97% of their body's water, and remain in this state for decades. Once conditions improve, they rehydrate and go on with their lives as if nothing happened. These tiny titans are found everywhere, from the highest mountains to the deepest seas, proving that size has nothing to do with toughness. From the vampire squid's light show to the tardigrade's indestructibility, our planet is full of creatures that defy imagination. These four animals are just a small glimpse into the mysteries hidden within our world's most extreme environments. They remind us that there is still so much to discover and that life, in all its forms, is incredibly resilient and endlessly fascinating. Thanks for joining us on this deep-sea adventure. If you were blown away by these amazing creatures, hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the wild and weird corners of our world. Let us know in the comments which one of these animals you found the most incredible. See you next time.